Welcome to Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater. Issues and Answers is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. And now, Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater.
Welcome to the program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. Thanks for joining us on this show. You know, in the Southwest, a lot of people, when we think about retiring, they go to Phoenix. And sometimes they think, oh, Phoenix, isn't that hot? But they retire. A lot of people from the northern part of the country go down to Phoenix. They also go down to Palm Springs in California. You say, doesn't that get hot? Yes, it gets hot, but they're down there. What about here in New Mexico? Of course, we know a lot of tourists love Santa Fe. We love Albuquerque for the for the weather. But what about Carlsbad, New Mexico? It's a growing destination for retirees. Why is that? Well, I think one reason is because it's right on the Pecos River, which has a healthy water flow year after year after year, because they have a lot of underground springs that help feed that community. So if you think you don't want to run out of water, but you want to be in the Southwest, let's think about Carlsbad and find out why people are retiring in our city in southeastern New Mexico in Eddy County. We're going to talk to some representatives from Carlsbad and its retirement community right after this.
Hey America, now there's a place where we can join our voice, Real America's Voice. Real America's Voice is coming to a town near you with a grassroots approach, bringing the real voice of America together. Real America's Voice is growing our family of networks across the country, and soon you could be part of that change. Download the Real America's Voice app and join other Americans just like you across the country, coming together for real.
Yes, there is a Carlsbad, New Mexico retirement guide. Have you ever considered Carlsbad? Maybe some friends of yours have. So we're going to talk about why people are, I'll say, flocking down to the place where the bats are. And I don't know if birds flock, but bats are a different bird of a different wing. We have representatives from Carlsbad with me in the studio today, and we appreciate them being here. J.W. Sutphin, he is the Carlsbad retiree representative, and Rhonda Jones is an ambassador with the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. Rhonda, thank you for being here. J.W., thank you so much. I love the idea of Carlsbad because it has the Pecos River. And here in New Mexico, I always say we have a lot of beach, a lot of sand, but not too much water to go along with that. We've got the perfect weather, perfect climate. But in Carlsbad, JW, you actually have water.
Yes. Absolutely. We have 6 natural springs that feed the Pecos River. And we have Brantley Dam, and so that is dammed up at 3 different locations. So that water will be there for the next 200 years, yes.
Which isn't sometimes the case in other parts of the state. We often hear about Elephant Butte. It's on the news all the time. We see the water level going down and down and down. What's the difference, JW?
The water at Brantley is dammed up and stored, and it flows through Carlsbad. But again, there's 6 natural springs that actually feed that Pecos River. So it constantly stays at the same water level.
That's
so
exciting to know. Rhonda, when people talk to you as an ambassador with the Chamber, the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce, why retire in Carlsbad? What do you tell them?
Oh gosh. Well, the first thing, we'll talk about weather. I think that's one of the first things that people ask me, and the weather there is really good. I'm one of these people that hates cold weather. So if you like snow and ice, then you don't want to be in Carlsbad, because most of the time it's really nice there. We have really beautiful days, even in the winter. In the winter, the nights get a little bit cooler, but then in the daytime they're much better, and we don't have a whole lot of really cold weather. Now we do get some hot weather in the summertime. But the nice thing about it is a dry heat. I know everybody talks about dry heat. Well, 112 is not, but we don't get the real high temperatures. We're usually around 100, and it's a dry heat, so it's really not that bad. I love the weather there. And that's one of the main things that people always ask me whenever they ask me about.
They mainly ask about the weather.
Carlsbad.
Do they ask about medical facilities? I know when people retire, medical facilities are a concern for them.
They will ask about medical facilities, and we are getting even better medical facilities now than what we've had. We've got a cardiovascular clinic that's coming in now. Our hospital has gotten more doctors and upgrades, and so it's better too. So we do have, and we have a lot of practitioners as well that are in private practice. So we do have good, better medical facilities, and we're growing. We're getting even better, and you can always get more facilities in Artesia, which is just 30 minutes away. But we've got a lot right in Carlsbad, so we're real happy about that.
JW, you know this. You're the one who gave me this brochure that tells us that Carlsbad garnered national attention as the first city in New Mexico to be designated age-friendly.
Absolutely.
What does age-friendly mean?
Age-friendly. So, we were known as a retirement community. So
You were
2000
known. You
yes,
were known.
Yes, as a retirement
How long
community.
were you known as a retirement community?
Up through 2014, we had a lot of people back east move in. 2014, we petitioned to become an age-friendly community, went through all the growth statistics, and was the first one in New Mexico to be granted age-friendly. So what they did was, instead of just being a retirement community, they wanted to make sure that we had the youth involved. So Carlsbad has more city parks per capita than anybody else in New Mexico. So we have a brand new parks, Bobby Forest
but
Sports
what
Complex.
does age-friendly
Yes.
mean?
Age-friendly means that not only are we friendly to retirement age, we're friendly to the youth. So we have there's a ton of activities for the kids to be involved with. We have a rec center that is 3 stories that virtually has everything that you can imagine, from video games to full-court
I
basketball.
think you have another designation for retirees, though.
I'm sorry?
There's another designation for retirees. Your community
So,
has another title
just-
other than
so-
age-friendly.
age-friendly, again, is the new definition for retirement.
They want friendly to kids, too.
Yes.
But let's talk about
parks.
those for retirees. The Pecos River, of course, is fantastic. But you have 4 senior retirement community clubhouses, indoor pools, spas, fitness centers. So I guess I didn't know that it was known for a retirement community. So you're saying folks from back east?
Yes, the weather. When I decided to retire, I retired out of Albuquerque, and my uncle lives in Carlsbad, and he says, you should think about Carlsbad. Golf is extremely, because of the weather, you can play 12 months out of the year. So golf is $360 a year, $1 a day for a senior. So
Wait.
nickel hole.
What's that?
So golf, you can have an annual membership at our city golf course for $360 a year, $1 a day, nickel a hole. We have a par
nickel a
3.
hole.
We have a
nickel
par
hole.
3.
So they're public golf courses?
Yes, we have
City
one
golf
city-
courses, and if you're a retiree, or what senior citizen, what's age?
55
55.
Yep.
You can go play golf
year round.
for free if you pay the $360.
$365. Access to the par 3, driving range, all day long. We just put in a new miniature golf course. One of the reasons I was hired as a retirement director, when I retired, after about 18 months I got bored, and I worked at the golf course for a couple of years, and Chad is the CEO of the chamber, and I had written a couple articles that in local magazines of why I went down there. So, and one of them was the weather. I love warm weather. I got tired of the traffic, so my stress level immediately went down. We get irritated if we have to spend 3 minutes to get across town. With the weather, so every morning the retirement community we live in, River Bend, is right on the river. So I'm about 50 yards from the golf course. So we have our own golf cart, so we can drive our golf cart. Takes about 2 minutes to be on the golf course. You have access to all of those. Right below that, obviously, is the river. It's along the river. So every morning I get up, we have to make a decision whether or not we're going to walk the river 3.2 miles. It's all flagstone. It's all lit up. Or we're going to ride our bicycle. If we're going to kayak, we stalk the river from October to April with 1,500 trout every 2 weeks. So it takes about 20 minutes to catch your limit. We have lots of bass. We have catfish. So it's like every day you have to make a decision. And I retired not to sit by the TV and plug the channels. We wanted to be outdoors. And as I mentioned before, Carlsbad, of the 41 activities that make up an outdoor community, Carlsbad has 38. So we have hackberry dunes, if you like to ATV, if you have a dune buggy, if you like to be off-road. It's our version of the white sands. It's not white, but vast amounts of sand. So, and same with hiking. We have 28 miles of La Cueva trails. There's plenty of hiking, absolutely, at the caverns, at Guadalupe Mountain State Park is within an hour's. That's the tallest peak in Texas. So that's within an hour's drive. We have Sitting Bull Falls. Not too many people know about Sitting Bull Falls. It's another oasis in the middle of the desert. There's two or three waterfalls.
What's Sitting Bull? Have you been there?
Falls?
Sitting Bull
Yes.
Falls. What is that?
It's a falls, of course, and it's about, 35 minutes or so from Carlsbad. It's really cool because you can walk up to the falls and you can see the beautiful falls coming down. If you want to swim, you can swim underneath. If you want to hike up to the top, you can do that, and then you can look down over the falls. We've done that. That's pretty cool. But it's really nice, and that is the great thing that I like about Carlsbad, is that we are so close to so many different things. If I really want to go to the mountains, if I want to go to Cloudcroft and do a hike, it's 2 hours from where I am, so I can just get up and make a little, and I've done it on more than one occasion, make a drive to Cloudcroft. I'll go in, do the hike. They have some little stores and stuff, in downtown, and I can shop there and then go back home. Same thing with Guadalupe Mountain National Park. They've got beautiful trails right there, in addition to Guadalupe Peak. But then they also have beautiful trails that you can hike, and within an hour, hour and a half from where we are. So Carlsbad is centrally located to so many different things, and that really makes it attractive as well.
Thank you for that, Rhonda. JW, you were saying you wrote articles about why you liked Carlsbad as a retirement,
yes.
And you became the retirement director. Did they have a retirement director before you wrote those articles?
Well, funny enough, and not what really wasn't funny to me, Janelle Whitlock was a previous retirement director. Janelle Whitlock was a previous judge, and the day I got the job, she had passed away. The day I got the job, they dedicated a building after her. She had done so much for the community. She was the one that pushed through the age-friendly community. It took her like 2 years of paperwork to get us that designation. And so very hard shoes to fill. And so we have a dance named after her. Very popular lady. So yeah,
you had to step up your game, JW.
Absolutely.
So what have you been doing?
So actually, what I brought to the age friendly, we do a miniature golf tournament for the kids, and we have a nighttime golf tournament. We instituted a Valentine's dance for the seniors, and that we have it named after Janelle Whitlock. I instituted a green chili cheeseburger cook-off, and that way all parts of the family, young people and old people, can be involved at the beach. I have every other month I have a sponsor, Crestwood, that charters a bus for me, and we take 56 ladies to Ruidoso to the casino. We'll take them to Hobbs, Cloudcroft. So every month we have a different activity for everybody in the city. I also have, twice a year, I take a busload to the outlet malls in El Paso. Of course, there's not that many malls in Carlsbad, so we can get you to the outlet malls. And
Now,
so,
you're a city-funded position?
no, nope. No, we're a nonprofit, and the chamber is actually there to support all the businesses and stuff. So we want to make them successful. So we have ribbon cuttings. Anytime somebody comes in new, we promote.
So
those
your
businesses
retirement
and stuff.
position is through the chamber.
It is through the chamber, yes. Yes.
Where are people coming from who are retiring at Carlsbad?
We get a lot of people from Austin.
Austin, Texas.
I hear Sierra Vista, Tucson, they're having a lot of problems with immigration, and there's a lot of vandalism. We have the same type of weather, but they have gated communities, and they're having a lot of problems and stuff.
In
Carlsbad.
Tucson?
Yeah, Tucson, Sierra Vista, Austin. I like to recruit out of Colorado, up north. Obviously, when you age, you like warmer weather. A lot of people do. And those people are all outdoorsy, so we want them to come down and enjoy the retirement community with the weather. So my main focus is going to be Texas, Colorado, and then without even going out to Arizona, again, they're doing some research and finding out that we have Riverbend, Lakeview, and that it is a pretty big retirement community.
What is Riverbend Lakeview? What is that?
Riverbend is a community right off of the river, and it's for retirees. You have to be 55 or older to get in there. And we've got about 3 or 4 streets, and they're little homes. Some of them are pretty good size homes, and they're beautiful. So we live in our retirement community. We're very close knit. We have a community center right down the street. We go up there and have yoga 3 times a week. We do a monthly breakfast, lunch, and dinner there so that everybody can congregate and meet, and it's just it's like a big family is what it is. We love it.
You have an indoor swimming pool. We have a hot tub.
We have a pool.
That's Riverbend.
At Riverbend.
At Riverbend. We have in our community center, we've got a pool. We've got an exercise workout room, and then we have a big area where you can have meetings, you can have dinners, and then we do our yoga and that kind of thing there. So it's great. It's a really close knit community.
It has a progression. We live on our own in a retirement community. Mm-hmm. We have patio homes, 1,250 square feet. People are downsizing, and then we have what we call the villages, and those are the same way. They have carports, but at that point, if you need assisted living, we have facilities for that. We have brand new buildings for assisted living, and then at one point, if you go into a nursing home, it's all part of Lakeview, part of Riverbend.
Oh,
so
they have all that progression
all the way through.
at those
Yes.
communities.
Yeah,
I'm not
we're
sure.
all
We've heard
under
of
the
Sun City,
Lakeview umbrella.
Arizona, and of course
Yes.
Tucson has a lot of retirement communities, but I'm not sure if they have that progression like that.
Yes.
They're huge.
Yeah. It's
So are there 2 main retirement communities in Carlsbad?
just the one.
It's all under the Lakeview umbrella, but they're like we have Riverbend, Lanson, the Village. We have separate little communities. Yeah.
Is there water skiing on the Pecos?
Oh,
Water-
absolutely.
There is.
Absolutely.
Is that large?
So there's a lot of jet skis. There's a lot of kayaking, but we do a lot of jet skis, a lot of water skiing. They used to have shows and stuff all the time. So no, it's wide enough we have a pontoon boat, a couple of pontoon boats that we take for Christmas on the Pecos. We take 56 people up and down the river to see the lights, all the nice homes.
Tell me, Rhonda, about Christmas on the Pecos.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's so much fun. But yeah, we have a big pontoon boat, and you take a 45-minute ride down the river, and you'll see all of the lights because we have a lot of big homes that back up to the river, and they're all lit. Some of them are actually sponsored, and you'll see the signs. I'm part of the Lions Club, and we have a little island that we sponsor, and we put lights up on it. So it's beautiful. But in addition, this year, in addition to the boat, we also have a little village that we're putting in. We're putting in a train, and we have a cafe right there where we launch, and you can go and get hot chocolate and apple cider, and we'll have a little gift shop. We'll have different entertainment on the weekends. I think we're going to have the Wine Fest one of the weekends. We'll have another weekend where we'll have shopping and So it's a lot of fun. We love it.
How do people get to Carlsbad? Is there an airport?
We do have a boutique air lines, flies directly from Albuquerque to Carlsbad, and then it also flies to Dallas. That's fixing to change to advanced air. They will fly to Albuquerque, but they'll also fly to Phoenix. So most of the people, you can fly into Roswell, 60 miles away. I believe Southwest flies into there, fly into Hobbs, which is 60 miles away. I think, is it American or
American
Delta?
actually flies into Roswell, and then I'm not sure who flies into Hobbs.
Hobbs. And then El Paso is a major hub. We also,
Yeah.
Lubbock,
How far are you from El Paso? JW?
156 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
So,
Two and a half hours.
Lubbock is
not
an
that far.
option, and Midland, Odessa.
Yeah, Midland, Lubbock.
So most people that travel are coming down south. They're going to be going through Roswell, all of the Martians, and then they'll hit Artesia, and then Carlsbad. And then from there, you can go into Texas or down toward the caverns, toward Texas, into El Paso.
So when you travel out to other parts of the country, what airport do you use, Rhonda?
I use Lubbock. I like Lubbock, and so I usually just fly out of Lubbock.
How many hours is that from Carlsbad?
It's only 3 hours, and it's a great drive, so I don't mind it at all. I'm from Dallas, and so I commute back and forth to Dallas a lot. I usually just drive it, and so sometimes if I'm in Dallas, I'll fly from there. But I like the Lubbock airport. I do go to Midland occasionally too. Yes.
And why did you retire? Tell me a little bit about your story. Why you retired to Carlsbad?
Well,
you said your
my son-in-law actually was from Carlsbad. It was kind of funny whenever my daughter first met him, she said he was from Carlsbad. I was really excited about that. And because I thought, oh boy, I'll get to go to the caverns more, because I love Carlsbad Caverns. I had been going there since I was 3 years old. So that was the biggest reason. They decided they wanted to move back to Carlsbad so they could be closer to family, and asked me if I would go. And I said, of course I will go.
Leaving Dallas for Carlsbad.
Yes.
That's a big change.
It was a big change, but I'm not a big city girl. Before my husband passed away, I had acreage out in the country. We lived out in the country, so I'm not a big city girl. So I was really delighted to get back in a small town.
Because?
It's just, oh my gosh, it's so much friendlier. You know everybody, and everybody is so nice. I've loved the people that I've met in Carlsbad, and it was like they just took me in as their best friend, even though I'd only been there, for a few years. It's just great.
Nice sense of community, it sounds like.
Yes, definitely.
Well, how is the economy, or how is the cost of living, J.W. Sutphin, in Carlsbad? I mean, for retirees, medical care, the weather is important, medical care, the arts and culture, outdoor activities, but really cost of living means a lot, and property taxes.
When someone comes into town, those are major factors. Crime's another factor. Our sheriff's department, they want to know about the crime, and where we live, River, we don't have any problems. We haven't had any problems with the immigration, any of that yet. So basically, if someone does any crime down there, they know they're going to do the time. So there's not a catch and release down there at all. But as far as all of again, everybody has different concerns. So,
but the cost of living, how is that?
So the homes, you can get a nice home for $125,000 in our development, $175,000 normal. So over the last few years, we've built.
What do you mean
quite a few.
125, 175 normal?
125,000.
To start with?
Yes. Yeah.
But 175?
Is going to be a patio home, 1,250 square feet.
What's 125?
It's a patio home without a garage. They have a carport.
Basically the same thing. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's 2 spacious bedrooms, 2 nice baths, and then the living area and all that.
Starting at 125, 125,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
The restaurant, the cost of the food is like everything else. It has gone up. We've seen a sharp increase but the.
And the property taxes down there?
Well, we don't pay property taxes or insurance where we are.
So Riverbend, Lakeview these are living leases, so you never own the home. So you can come in, and if you pay $125,000 for the house, in a year you decide to move, or something happens and you pass away, your beneficiary receives, they'll resell that house, and the beneficiary will receive that amount of money less $2,500. So if you invested $125,000, they're going to take out $2,500
for administration fees.
Yep, administration, and then your beneficiary will inherit that. It won't go through probate, and there's no taxes and stuff. So,
except that there's appreciation. What about the appreciation?
You lose it. You're never going to get it. We don't take half of your money like a lot of the places do.
Yeah.
Some places in Dallas, after 5 years, you lose everything. You don't get anything back.
Well, that's true. If you get into a situation like that, most of them will only give you about 60% of your money back. So that's the great thing about Riverbend, is that you less than $2,500, you get everything that you put into it.
So there's an HO fee. The HO fee covers your taxes and insurance, and I was in the insurance business, so I know how expensive insurance is.
So what is the HOA, monthly HOA?
It's around $450 to $490. So what that does is takes care of all the taxes and insurance. So you don't have to worry about insuring the home. The HO fee also includes all the maintenance. So if your dishwasher goes out, you're not responsible for everything. They
Anything,
take it.
water and cable, TV?
Electricity is the only thing you pay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we don't
HOA.
pay for water. You do pay for electricity, and if you want to put Wi-Fi or anything like that, you're going to pay for that. But
Thank you.
we don't pay for water.
Thank you. Rhonda Jones, thank you so much. You're a delight. Thank you so much for sharing your story about why you like retirement in Carlsbad, New Mexico. And JW, Sutphin, thank you so much. If they want more information, you as the retirement director,
Absolutely.
how can they find information? JW?
Retirement at Carlsbadchamber.com. Retirement at Carlsbadchamber.com.
And do they offer visits coming down?
Oh, absolutely. That's part of my job. That's the best part of the job. It takes me about 3 hours to give a tour, so I'd love to have a phone call. You can get on our website, Carlsbad Chamber, and we're all listed, and you can set up a time to come down. We have a brand new vehicle that you've seen out front, and I get to take people around and show them all the 17 different hotspots I like to call. We have a great museum.
17 hotspots.
There it
Okay.
is.
CJW for those hotspots. Thank you, Rhonda and JW. Thank you for watching this program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. We gave you information about why Carlsbad Caverns and Carlsbad are the hotspots in New Mexico. Have a great week with your family. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The New Mexico Modern Child Support Family Program works to benefit both parents for the purpose of improving children's lives. It provides the basics of child support, but goes further by helping parents step up to find better job opportunities that get them back on track to paying their monthly child support obligation. Find out how the Child Support Step Up program can help your modern family. Contact New Mexico Child Support today to learn more.
Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. To comment on today's program or to purchase a copy of any Issues and Answers program, visit sunbroadcasting.org or call us at 505-345-1991.